Hello everyone, I'm Amity Sensei. Today I'm introducing Photomator, a photo editing app I've been using a lot recently. This app lets you do professional photo editing on both iPhone and iPad, very similar to Adobe Lightroom. However, it processes edits much faster than Adobe Lightroom and includes exceptionally powerful AI correction tools. In February 2025, this app became a major topic of discussion when Apple recently acquired it. I use this app every day, and it launches incredibly fast with an easy-to-use interface and well-designed controls. My workflow is simple. I take photos, make adjustments on my iPhone, and then post directly to Instagram. So, today, I'll show you how to use Photomator. Let's open Photomator and get started. When you open the app, the first thing you'll see is your photo library displayed. Photomator can open images stored in your Photos app and edit them directly. For example, let's increase the brightness to really make this photo stand out. I increase the brightness and then hit Done. The edit is finished. Photomator is open right now, and in the Photos browser, you'll see that the edited version is already in Photos too. Edits in Photomator sync instantly to your Photos app. This is extremely convenient. Before, I was using Adobe Lightroom and VSCO, and both required importing photos into the app, editing them, and then exporting them again. That process kept creating duplicate photos that just piled up. Plus, if I wanted to make more edits, I had to go back into Adobe Lightroom, which was really tedious. With Photomator, any changes are reflected instantly. Let's adjust it a bit more. Let's push the saturation way up to give the image a strong pink look. Hit Done. We're currently in Photomator. Opening Photos shows that the image has changed to bright pink. If you don't like how it looks in Photos, you can always revert it. I just reverted to the original photo in Photos. Then the photo also reverted in Photomator. Photos and Photomator are constantly synced. This is my main recommendation because it makes photo editing extremely efficient. Here's how photo editing works. When you tap Adjustments, you'll see a wide range of color adjustment options. These tools are just as powerful as Lightroom, which means you can make very detailed adjustments. This ML icon is the Auto Enhance feature, which applies automatic adjustments. It automatically corrects the colors to make them look more accurate. I often use Auto Enhance tool. Fine adjustments are also possible. I often select yellow and slide to reduce yellow tones, then make reds more vivid. There's also a levels adjustment. The same levels correction you might know from Photoshop is available here, and curves can also be adjusted smoothly with simple finger gestures on iPhone. Another highlight is the wide variety of presets available. The default presets are stylish, especially the classic films options. You can choose your favorites and even adjust them, or tap the menu button to import LUTs, color lookup tables, and additional presets. You can also save your own custom presets. In my case, the ones I've saved and the edits I use most often are displayed right away. I intentionally boosted the colors, and to save this look, just tap the plus button in the Presets panel to add it as a new preset. You can switch to any of your saved presets at any time. To delete a preset, just tap and hold it. Perfectly adjusted. Tap Done. The change is reflected in your Photos app. Since there are several similar shots, let's apply the same adjustments to those as well. Touch and hold the photo, then tap Copy Adjustments. Select multiple photos one by one, even different shots, and you'll see 6 image adjustments appear at the bottom. Tap Paste Adjustments to apply the same adjustments to all selected photos at once. Pasted successfully. In Photos, you can see that all the photos have been updated with the edits. This makes the whole process really convenient. I love that this doesn't duplicate your photos. Since photos can quickly take up a lot of space, Photomator is a great choice for anyone who wants to better organize their storage. And there are even more helpful features to explore. Let me introduce the Select Subject function. Instead of changing the whole photo, it only adjusts the subject. What if you only want to adjust the white background? Or just the iPad? Simply open the Layers section for this image. When the Layers panel opens, tap the plus button to see the different options you can add. Go ahead and tap Select Subject. Now only the iPad is selected. In this state, tap Done, then make your color adjustments. They'll only affect the iPad. The iPad area is now adjusted. For the surrounding area, tap Select Subject again. Once selected, tap the menu button. Tap Invert. Now the background is selected. Increasing the exposure in this state adjusts everything except the iPad. Perfectly adjusted in no time. That yellowish dull look cleared up nicely. The Layers function is fantastic. You can keep layering edits as you go. Since captured photos instantly sync with photos, you can edit in Photomator. Return to Photos, make more changes, and go back again, all without creating duplicates. Let me also introduce the iPad app. Photomator is also available on iPad, and it works in much the same way. Photomator is open now. Looking at your Photos app, you'll see the same folders and album structure displayed identically on iPad. When you first open Photomator, it may show File View. Tap the Settings button, switch to Photos View, and you'll be able to browse your photos just like in Photos. Photomator's AI features are extremely powerful, so let's take a look at what they can do. This is a photo of my iPad bag, but I intentionally exported it at very low resolution. The face area looks quite pixelated. This improves the image significantly. Tap the menu button and choose Super Resolution. Now you can clearly see the change. There's a compare icon at the top. Slide it to compare the improvement. Now, let's zoom in on the face. Even though it's not extremely high resolution, the pixelated look is gone and the image appears much smoother. This is Photomator's super resolution technology. Even with low image quality, applying this makes the photo look much better. There's also the Repair tool, which I didn't mention earlier. You can use it to remove debris in areas like this, just as you would in Adobe Lightroom. For example, can we remove this flyer? Adobe Lightroom handles this really well, but how about Photomator? Photomator may not be as strong in this area. The Repair tool for removing unwanted objects may not be Photomator's strength, so for this kind of work, Adobe Lightroom still does a better job. However, this ML Auto Enhance tool is where Photomator really excels, creating natural and pleasing adjustments. For those without much editing experience, the Auto Enhance function is very helpful. After applying it, tap the Adjustments menu button to explore filter-like variations. It applies filters really well. The denoise function is excellent, with AI reducing noise very effectively. This photo was taken at a festival with my friends Tanaka Rao, Meguro Keichan, and Nakata Takuma. We captured a great shot on the train. However, when you look at the faces, there's quite a lot of noise. Let's take a closer look at my face. Tap the menu button, then choose Denoise. This yellow section represents the AI functions. Tap it. Now the noise is gone. You can see the change. The face looks smooth now, with the grain removed very cleanly. Denoise already makes the photo look much better. And combining it with super resolution creates a beautifully smooth image. Try using denoise along with super resolution for the best results. One of the benefits of working on iPad is being able to make detailed adjustments on a large screen, while also using Apple Pencil with its hover feature to preview presets by sliding without touching the screen. This removes the need for repeated tapping, so you can preview like this. Then pick what looks best or select one of the classic film variants. When you tap on the title like this, MF, there's a details section where you can confirm that MF is a modern film preset. It's great that you can instantly see how the adjustments take effect. Touch and hold to adjust the intensity. This photo has such a nice hot spring trip vibe, and I really like it. Here's a before and after comparison. The noise is reduced and the colors are nicely adjusted. For adjusting colors, there's another feature called Match Colors. When you select it, the colors from one photo are matched to another. For example, choosing the bluish tones from this hedgehog image applies a similar blue tint to the previous image. Finally, in this night sky photo, you can see that the gradient areas appear slightly striped. This creates what's known as gradient banding, where unwanted lines appear in the gradient. The Smart D-Band feature fixes this. Let's tap it. Processing finished instantly, and you can see right away. Even at this stage, it's quite noticeable. Here's a before and after comparison. The striped pattern and gradient have improved significantly. Very effective. This can be especially useful for anyone photographing night scenes. To refine gradients even further, use the Smart D-Band function we looked at earlier. These 4 features, together with Auto Enhance, make up the AI functions. Make sure to use these features effectively. That wraps up today's introduction to Photomator. So, how was it? Not many people use it, but it's especially recommended on iPhone, so be sure to give it a try. Thanks for watching.
Before you go, let me ask you something. Haven't you ever wondered which iPad app is best for what you want to create? I get it. I've been there too. That's why I made an app. It's called Appfolio. In Appfolio, you can find tutorial videos based on your interests. You'll figure out the right apps along the way. There are categories like illustration, design, and 3D. You'll find over 100 tutorials anytime and for all skill levels. We add new tutorials every month. And of course, some of them are free. Don't spend your whole day searching for apps. Just find tutorials for what you want to create. That's what Appfolio is for. Check it out by scanning this QR code or using the link in the description. See you in the next one!